Okay, guys, welcome to the end of the first semester exam review. There is no particular order to this, so you may have all these questions, you may have some, and they might not be in this order. Okay, so this is what your exam's going to be, and I tried to make it fairly easy because we're in a pandemic and some students are asynchronous, so you will be able to find this video on YouTube after this. So this first part is to match the words with their meanings, okay? And right off the bat, the first thing I want to tell you all is that you'll notice that the multiple choice only goes up to the letter D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A. So some students get freaked out by that, but don't. So all it's saying is that you might have a A, a B, a D, a C, another A, another D, another C. Don't worry about that though. And these will all be numbered. So www, what is that? Well, we have to look through our answer choices. That is the World Wide Web. Email is I'm doing this here, I guess, with you all, but email would be a process of, I'm going to go with a process of file transfer from the internet, but that doesn't seem right. We'll hold off on that one for a second. Internet is oh, I'm sorry. See, I knew this was wrong. This one is a letter that you can send through your computer as email. Internet would be, let's hold off on that one. URL, that one's really easy because stands for Uniform Resource Locator. A virus is a hidden program that can hurt your computer. Password would be, you guys know what a password is. Spam are those, when you guys sign up for something and then all of a sudden you keep getting a bunch of emails. Well, those you ask for, but sometimes you get emails that are not asked for. And some people will call it junk mail or spam. A website is a place on the internet you can visit, and a username, unlike a password, is a name that it's kind of like they used to call it like a screen name or username. They used to call it a screen name, but it's kind of like a when you have to choose a username. You guys should know what that is. I'm pretty sure you guys are aware of that, but it's not your real name. So the one that we got held up on here was the internet. Password, everybody knows that. Internet is, which one did we not do? I'm gonna have to go through those answer choices. Oh, here it is, a global network. I just needed to scroll down. And then we have download, which is a process of file transfer from the internet. Okay. So in this next portion, and by the way, guys, you will have this, we can't really monitor you guys here, so you will have access to this from your this video from your computer. So which is the correct order of keys from left to right using the home keys? Okay, so you can look at your keyboard and you can see, and there is a proper way. So these are pretty easy. You just have to read properly which is the correct order of keys from left to right, index to pinky finger for the right hand when you're on the home key. So you got to really kind of think about these. All right, the standard US keyboard is the QWERTY keyboard. Moving on. Now in this next part, these fingers will be all numbered. So let's say it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then number 1, let's say, is the left pinky. Number 1 is the left pinky. So what is that? Well, that's, let's say if this is number 1 and number 1 is on the left pinky, what finger is that? That is a key A. So your answer would be B. Okay, once again, you'll have numbers above the finger, so it'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. And you just need to identify what, when on the home keys, what finger this is. And if you look down at your keyboard, you'll see that the pinky is letter A, so your answer will be letter B. Okay? Hopefully that made sense. And then we're going to go on, and this part is also fairly simple. You'll see number 22. Let's say this is number 22 right here. What is that? Well, that is a A, so your answer would be letter B. I think that's the same thing that we had, right? B was A. Yeah, just coincidence. That's weird. But yeah, so you're just going to identify what key it is, and then that's going to be your answer. And on your actual exam, these will be all numbered. Okay, these only have 3 choices, A, B, or C. Now this next part, which of the following is clicked when you want to underline. Okay, you will have Google Sheets and Google Docs in front of you. So you can try these buttons. You should know which one is for underline. Which of the following is clicked when you want to center text? Okay, you should know that, but if not, it's open program, so you can open the program and test it out, type something out and highlight it and see which one centers it. To change the size of the text, you have your choices here. Again, you're going to have Google Docs open so you can try them out if you're lost. One way to create perfectly lined columns like this is to use the what key. Well, yeah, you can use a space bar, but they're not going to be perfectly lined up. It's when you use the tab key that they get perfectly lined up. If you're typing and you find a red squiggly line under a word, that is because, what's wrong with it? That is because it is a word that is not recognized by, let me just put this, recognized by the program, or it is misspelled. So it's when it's misspelled. Okay, so on this one, I'll probably eliminate this because this is from Microsoft Word. But the functions are still the same pretty much for Microsoft Word and Google Docs. So I may leave these because they are kind of the same and it's kind of introducing you to Google Docs. Maybe not. I'll probably take them off, but they're pretty easy if they are there. Okay, so here we have Google Docs, right? This is what your Google Docs look like. So which one is used to title your document? Everybody should know that right here in the document title. Which one do you use to change the color of the font? That's going to be right there, but you guys are going to have access to this, so I'm not going to go over every answer. And the numbers that are here, that's not necessarily the number that it's going to be. That's why there's no numbers. I have to go through and put number all these after I take out the ones that I'm not going to use. This is a metaphor. Okay, now this one is a tricky question. This is a metaphor to portray file systems on the Windows personal computer, PC, home screen. It consists of pictures called icons, which show files, folders, and various types of documents. You can arrange the icons on the electronic desktop to suit your personal needs. Well, that gave you the answer right there. The answer is the desktop. Okay, I'll fix that later. Well, it'll be a 1 through ABC choice. But yeah, on your PC, that main window that you have in the back of your computer, what they're trying to say is your desktop. Okay, so this hard question here, know that it's your desktop where you have your icons. Okay, now let's see, moving on. This is something that is a box on your screen. It can be minimized, maximized, and moved around. And you can have many of these open at one time. Those are windows. This device that stores this is the device that stores most of the information in a computer. That will be your hard drive. Okay. Now the default font keyed in a blank Google Sheet is, so what are they asking? Okay, so for this, okay, so that question says the default font keyed in a blank Google Sheet is, so I just opened up this blank Google Sheet. All right, so if I click on any cell and just type whatever, what is the default font? Well, we'll see here. It even says the default font for you, and it tells you the size right here by default, what it's on. So so that question is asking you in a blank Google Sheet, what is the default text? And that answer is right here. Okay. Okay, this next question, true or false? In Google Sheets, if you choose a larger font size, the height of the row is automatically made taller. So let's see, let's make this font size bigger and see if it automatically makes the height of the row taller. So let me make this font size bigger. Let me go up to a 24. And what do you know? It did make it bigger. It did make automatically change the height of the row. So that would be true. Okay, is it possible to insert an image from a file into a blank Google Sheet? The answer is yes. And also, rows are identified by what? So we have our rows right here, right? These are our rows, and they're identified by numbers. And our columns right up here are identified by letters. That's something you need to know. So if I ask you, what are the rows identified by? Numbers. What about the columns? How are they identified? They're identified by letters. Okay. And then I'll ask you what certain buttons are. Like let's say, what's this for? And you can literally hover the mouse over it and it'll tell you. So if I ask you, what is the fill color for, and you don't even know where it is, you can just come and hover your mouse over these until you find the one that I'm asking you about. So you will have that open. Okay. And let me go ahead and pause there. Okay, so in this one, I'll just say what cell is highlighted. And so obviously this is A8. So it would be A8, and your answer for that would be C. Oops. Okay, moving on. All right, where do you click if you want to add borders or lines to your cells? All right, again, you can just hover the mouse over them to find out which one is for borders. And that's your exam. All of these questions might or might not be on it, so just kind of be ready for it. And that's it, guys.